Happy Monday, Inspire Beauty. Tonight is something that we haven't done in quite a while, but I'm bringing it back, and it should be in our monthly rotation in some way, shape, or form, where we do a new coach call. Now, I know it's a new coach call, and some of you on this call might not be new, and some of you might be brand spanking new. Some of you might be just trying to get unstuck in your business. I believe that everyone can benefit from calls like this, because no matter what stage you're at in your business, if you're brand spanking new, this is relevant information for you to just start moving, right? Like literally just start taking motion on certain things in certain areas in your business. If you're feeling stuck, this serves as a great reminder for the basics, how we get unstuck, like how simplified it really can be. I find that when I'm stuck, I've overcomplicated things, right? And then if you're a veteran coach, you don't feel stuck, you're not brand spanking new, then this is a great tool for you to use of how do you talk to your new coaches as you onboard them? What are some of the principles and basics you can be sharing with your team? Almost like a broken freaking record, right? I find that leadership and mentorship is just a lot of cyclical duplication behavior. And so if you are more veteran in this business and you are building a team, this is a great way to know what are the things that you should continually be reminding your coaches about, even though to you it might be second nature, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, and we'll dive into the meat and potatoes. So this business is so simple, you guys. Like it really is. We overcomplicate it. If you are brand new though, it is this simple. You are literally taking care of yourself. Mind, body, spirit. That's what I like to say. And when I say mind, body, spirit, it's kind of like in that order just because that sounds good. But this graphic, this is our body. We work on a fitness program, we press play, we follow a program to a T, and we get results. Our body. Our mind is this personal development idea. So I have the 5 a.m. club there in one of those bubbles. And then our spirit, honestly, food is medicine. Food is fuel. And I truly believe that when we eat better, we feel better. And so I want your spirits to be as great as they can be. And so mind, body, spirit is what I'm all about on this team. And that really truly is just 3 areas. It's your fitness, it's what you're putting into your body, ingesting, but it's also what you're putting into your body in your mindset as well, what you're ingesting between your ears, right? What you're ingesting with your eyes. That's so important too. I think in our world we're living in, you guys, we are so attacked with what to look at, what to watch all the stinking time that sometimes I don't even think you guys pause to, and when I say you guys, I mean in general our society, I don't think we pause long enough to say, wait a second, is that TV show I'm watching serving my best self? Is that radio station I'm listening to serving the goals that I have? Like, what is actually serving me? And when it's continually being put into your eyes, for example, living here in Texas, you guys, there's food everywhere. There is no shortage of freaking crappy, like, gas station food in Texas. Like, let's be real. There is every chain restaurant, and they are just bigger and more obvious than anywhere else I've lived. And because of that, I found myself, without even realizing it, wanting to go eat fast food when I don't ever really do that anymore. That used to be an old thing I did, but I don't do it anymore. But it's because it's like in my face all the time. And so subconsciously, that's what I'm ingesting, right? And so taking care of yourself is the foundation of this business. When I talk to somebody who is getting ready to start and we're trying to decide, do you want to start as a customer or a coach? Where do you want to go with this? The difference between a coach, it's so small, you guys. Everyone starts the same way. These 3 pictures you see at the bottom, every single woman that starts with me, I'm going to encourage them to take a hold of all 3 areas of their life, right? But the difference is part 2, is a coach shares their journey, and part 3 invites others along. That's the only difference. Everyone with me starts the exact same way. We're going to work out. We're going to learn how to fuel our body to serve our goals, and we're going to work on our mindset. The difference is a coach shares their journey and they invite others along. Consistency and time of doing the actions, that's what creates momentum. That's what creates the successful coaches you might see and follow on social media. The only difference between them and you in their business, if you see somebody and that's where you long to go, is their consistency in their actions and the time they've been doing it, right? And so in its simplest form, you guys, stay plugged in into your team, into your training. It will get hard. I've got to be the bearer of bad news, like right away in the call. This this business will get hard at some point, right? Maybe you hit a plateau in your fitness. Life gets busy. Someone in your family gets sick. You move. You change jobs. You go through a breakup. I don't know. Life happens, right? There's a lot of things that I've gone through in my life that I can empathize with you because I've literally gone through it and also simultaneously built my business along with it. The best part is, number 2, sharing your journey isn't just the highs of like, this is my awesome Beachbody journey. Your followers want to see an authentic journey. So when I moved from Miami to California, and when I moved from California to Texas, I took my followers along with me through all the ups and downs of it. When I battled depression, when I had suicidal thoughts, I took my followers with me on that journey of how I had to get into therapy and medication and what helps me be the best version of me, right? When I was a teacher in the classroom, I shared with people how I made that work, right? And so your followers don't want to see this perfect, shiny example. They want to see your journey. And so when I say journey, I mean it, like all of your journey. So when you face hard in your business, that's the time to actually lean in and invite your followers to be there with you. That's how you build community. That's how you build trust. That's how you build people who are like, okay, this person's legit. She's different. I'm joining her, right? Okay. So I want to talk first about mindset because 3 basic things: press play, drink your shake, read a book. Like those are the 3 things that every coach on our team should do, regardless if they're going to share their journey and invite others. No matter what, every single Inspire Beauty coach should be pressing play, drinking their shake, reading a book. Mindset. Reading a book is so important. Listening to a really great podcast is so important. I'm not going to give you a laundry list of books that we're reading. This is our current book club book. But whenever you face hard in your business, let me put it this way. I've never watched a coach give up, quit, walk away, put their goals down and just stop because their mindset was in a good place. Do you get me? Any coach that pauses, walks away, hits an obstacle, doesn't make a goal, and then feels really, frustrated with themselves, gets stuck, any coach in that situation, their best battle is to lean in and pick out a book or a podcast that's going to coach them through that. Because as you face obstacles in this business, you'll always have a choice. Do you let that obstacle define your future, or do you go through the obstacle and become molded and shaped because of it, right? And become better essentially because of it. And it all starts with our mindset. The heaviest weight we carry is always the weight that's between our ears, always. So I don't care if you've shed 100 pounds with Beachbody programs. If you've never once worked on your mindset, you'll hit a stopping point. You will hit a wall. You'll hit a breaking point. Someone will say something at some point, and it'll cause you to stop. Unless you strengthen your mindset. And so that's why I host a book club pretty much every month on our team, because I believe in this. My transformation with Beachbody didn't necessarily come on the external, but it absolutely 150% came on the internal. Most of you do not know who I was 6 years ago when I started this business, and I am so thankful for that because I wasn't a very kind person. Because I was hurting in here, I hurt others, right? It's that phrase, hurt people, hurt people. Yeah, that was me. For sure, I was a mean girl. And I just to this day, I'm like, oh my gosh, how many people's lives did I totally destroy because I wasn't working on me. I was allowing my hurts to go out into the world. And so my mission now is to flip that. I want to work on myself so that I can give the world a better version of myself, right? And so mindset is so key. I know it's the one thing when we look at Beachbody, we're like, okay, I'm working on my fitness. I'm working on my nutrition. I'm posting on social media. I'm inviting others along, but I feel stuck. If that's you, I'm going to guess you haven't dug deep into some mindset growth lately, whether it's professional development or personal development, right? Personal development is things that you need to work on personally, right? So for example, I picked this book out. This is more of a personal development book versus a professional development, because in terms of personal development, I'm working on toxic thoughts that are in my mind. And that happens to be something that I struggle with. And so this is a really great resource for me to work on that. By the way, I used to think, in show of hands too, that if you read self-help, that you were broken, that you needed help. Yeah. I love that you guys can be honest with me. I used to think that, and then I started reading these books, and all I could do was nod, oh my gosh, this person gets me. They're in my head. And so if you also have that kind of I don't know, I've never really read personal development before. That seems a little hokey, a little kumbaya. I dare you to give it a try. And if you don't have a book on hand, you could always dive into book club with us this month of this particular book that we're reading, or you could reach out to your coach and we'd be happy to recommend books based on whatever area of need you desire to work on. Professional development, on the other hand, is something like tonight, getting on a team call or listening to the National Wake Up Call. That's professional development. Anytime you are growing as a business owner, growing as a coach, okay, how do I invite people better? How do I get stronger with my follow-ups? How do I post on social media just with more, with more of my story? How do I tell my story better? That's professional development. And sometimes you need both. You need a healthy dose of both. So it's up to you. That's the coolest part about this business. No one's going to tell you, hey, by the way, Kristen, you need personal development right now. Instead, they'd be like, Kristen, what do you need right now, right? And that would be her judgment of what she needs. So if the best bet, though, is if you're like, I don't even know what I need, dive in where your family is and do the book club that we're doing. Okay. Literally everything you need to be successful is out there on the internet. You don't see an upline of mine posting on our team page. You don't see an upline of mine hosting team calls that I tell you to get on, because I don't have an upline. I don't have somebody to mentor me. And so anytime I have a question, I don't have somebody to go to get the answer. But you know what I do have is the internet. And YouTube and Google are my BFFs. Literally everything that you need is out there. And it's crazy how much is out there on the internet for free, right? So be resourceful. When you have questions about things, there's so many places you can go for answers. I love typing in, like, if I'm like, how do I invite better? Type that into, YouTube. How do I invite better Beachbody? I always put like Beachbody at the end of it, just so it kind of puts whatever industry I'm in with it, right? But literally typing those things into a search engine is going to be a game changer for you. Leaning on your teammates. If you're struggling with how to post on social media, or if you're struggling with any area, right? Leaning on your teammates and asking them, because guess what? We've all probably walked through it at some point or struggled with maybe something you're struggling with. Leaning on them for questions, bringing it to our business builder page or to our team page is excellent. And sharing ideas, but also asking for ideas. Hey guys, I'm struggling coming up with a fun name for my March group. Can everybody share what their March group is called, right? And I might be saying some of this and you're like, it's over your head if you're brand spanking new, but just know that all of these things that I'm saying will make sense as you start growing and learning more, okay? I wanted to share this little graphic really quick, because this basically shows what a working brand new coach should be doing at a base minimum. And it's not that much. So I want you to, I know one of the biggest things when people start this business is, how do I fit this into my life? I'm already so busy. Well, I want to break down with you how simple this really is. So for example, your workout, your Shakeology, and your personal development, those are all things that can happen in your morning routine. Your workout can be bust out in the morning. You can make your shake on the go, and your personal development can either be, if you are like super on the go, you can do Audible book or podcast while you're in the shower. That's one of my favorite places to listen. Why not, right? Or while you are driving to your job. So those three things you can already check off. Boom, 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 super easy. You're on the team call. Look at you, check that off. That's 4 things, right? National Wake Up Call is another thing that if you can't be on it live, I always would listen to it on my car ride home on Mondays. So when I got out of work on Mondays, I'd put it on in my car and I would listen. There is a podcast that Beachbody uploads all of their National Wake Up Calls to. Now, I put the National Wake Up Call on our team page, so you can always find it there if you just search for it. But if you want easy, quick access to it and stream it through, your car, you can download the Team Beachbody podcast, and you'll see every single National Wake Up Call from, back in the day on there as well. Okay. So those are easy things that you can do like in the cracks of your day that are already kind of part of your routine. So let's talk about the other things. Adding 5 to Instagram or Facebook, that's adding followers. Okay. That can literally adding 5 followers or new friends to Facebook every day can be done in as little as 5 to 10 minutes, right? This isn't brain surgery. This is just looking for people who you have mutual friends in common with, or maybe you never friend request them in the first place and you went to college with them. And so you're kind of rekindling a friendship, things like that. Instagram stories are things you do throughout your day. So you might upload a couple in the morning when you do your workout. Maybe you upload a couple more in the middle of the day, and then some in your evening. So at a minimum 5 per day. and then a social media post at some point in there. And then really all you have to do from there is whoever was watching your stories or loved on your social media post, you invite them. And that's it. It's literally that is easy. And in your beginning stages, when you were talking about inviting somebody, it can be really daunting, really scary. I want you to just take the weight off of that. We're not inviting somebody to do something that, number one, they don't want to do, right? And number two, we're not inviting somebody to just buy something and then we leave them hanging. My favorite part about Beachbody is that when we invite others to join us, we're literally doing it together. It's a community. So you're inviting people to do it with you, and you're going to hold their hand in a sense, right? While they're on their journey as well. You're linking arms with people. It's really powerful stuff. And your invites in the beginning, they don't have to be scary. They can come from your closest family and friends and those initial people who are just out there supporting your journey by watching you and loving on your stuff, right? And so again, these things, this is just at a base minimum when you're a coach and you're beginning stages of your business. This is what we're looking for each day. Now, if you didn't invite somebody today, could you lump them up together in a different day? Sure, I guess, right? But it's really, I just want to show you how not complex it has to be. The other resource that I wanted to share with you guys is this business activity tracker. The business activity tracker is available on our team page in the files section. You can find it there, okay? But this tracker is your new best friend, because when we track things, it exposes, number one, where we're rocking it, right? So like if I was doing a food tracker, for example, I would know where I was able to, you know, like I would see where I was doing really well, but I could also see where I'm able to make improvements. For example, maybe I start my morning and I have my shake and I drink water, and then for lunch I have my salad, but then by the time I get home from lunch or get home from work, I start to derail a little. And I can start to see those trends if I'm tracking it. And so we would encourage a brand new challenger to track their nutrition, right? So I encourage a brand new coach, and I still do it, you guys. To this day, I track my business every single day, okay? And so I encourage a brand new coach to track, because this tells you exactly what you need to do every day to move the needle forward. Now, it also shows you where there's cracks. So in the beginning, maybe you're crushing your workout, drinking your Shakeology, you do a social media post, maybe you have your workout clip of your story, and then you went to your challenge group and you contributed there and on your team page too, maybe shouted somebody out on the team page, and you got in your personal development. But maybe all of a sudden you start to go a couple days and you realize, wow, I haven't invited anybody. All this does is not create a vessel of shame. No, what this does is becomes a tool for you to say, I'm not inviting people. I should start doing that, right? And so a tracker helps us see our cracks in our holes in our business so that we can fill them in. Because I guarantee you, if you're not hitting benchmarks, you're not hitting goals, you're not following this tracker to a T every day, right? This is literally what I do every day in order to move the needle forward on my business. So if you're like, how does she do that? Literally this. This is my secret. I'm literally giving it to you. One thing also that I do is I print enough copies for the year and I spiral bind it. That way it can go with me wherever I go. I don't have to worry about it. As well as I don't have to stress out each week that I need a new copy, right? And so I spiral bind it. The other thing too, if you're super on the go and you're super tech, there is an app called the SC Bat. It's like a teal bluish color. I don't know if you can see it there. This one on the side, but it's called SC Bat. And when you click on it, it is the business activity tracker. So like drink Shakeology, check, I did it. Workout, check, I did it. And you can check them off as you go throughout the day, and it goes through, it's basically this exact same thing going through all the different parts of your business, okay? Again, like I said, you use it as a checklist of the tasks that are most important to your success. You're staying accountable. This is something that as we're going through our coach quick start this week and next, we will be sharing these. Now this, again, like I said, this isn't a shame tool. So if you share it and you're missing, all of your check marks except for working out and drinking your shake, all this does is tell me where I can help you and maybe nudge you in a direction like, hey, next week, I dare you to listen to some personal development on your way to work. Right? And I can just nudge you. But if I don't see this, if you feel like, and I've seen this before, and this is why I share this, because I think as women, we do this to ourselves, where we're like, oh, Susie's is perfect, so I'm not going to share mine because it's not like Susie's. Well, get over yourself, because Susie could be lying for all you know that she checked everything off, right? Susie. But it's also not serving you to just compare yourself to Susie's business, right? That serves no one. You're not getting better. Susie's not getting worse. Like, her success is your success. So if you find yourself in this comparison trap where you're like, I don't want to share my tracker because it doesn't look like hers, that's something where, let's go back a couple of slides. It comes down to the mindset, right? You're in a place of comparison, and a place of comparison is never going to get you to your goals, right? Okay. And then guided action hours, you guys, once our business quick start is done, if you are not in the business builder page, my requirement now to get into the business builder page is that you complete the quick start. So once the quick start is done, if you are not currently in our business builder page, you will be graduated into there. Yeah. Pretty cool. And then from there, every week, all week long, we've got people who post their Zoom links who are doing action hours, and you can join them for accountability. Or I do them live on Facebook as well. And then on Tuesdays, we do them as well. So you'll be able to pop on and be guided through this with help, so that you can start to get in a rhythm. Guys, just like if you got a job at Starbucks and you'd never made a cappuccino before and you're like, I don't know how to do this, someone would have to teach you how to do it, and then you'd have to practice enough times until you felt confident enough to do it on your own. This is no different. If you're not confident inviting people yet, it's because you haven't practiced it enough. That's all. And just know that, like any other skill set, like learning to make a cappuccino, right? Or even learning how to do a bicep curl, it's learnable. Right? You just have to be willing and open to practice it enough times in order to make it something that you know how to do. Okay? So all of this stuff, what does this do? Well, this brings business in. And so at its finest form, if you are building a business in any way, shape, or form, business doesn't have to be this like scary term, by the way. If you're building a business, it could be as simple as, I just want to pay off my Shakeology every month. Like, I don't want to have this looming cost of my Shakeology fee every month. I'd rather get enough money each month to be able to pay that so I feel comfortable. Or like when I started, I was having a hard time paying my car note. And so I needed just like $400 extra a month so I could pay my car note so that I wasn't stressing about where that money was going to come from, right? And so figure out for you, like, where do you need this in your life? Like, do you need to pay off debt? Would you like to take your family on a vacation? Do you have dreams of replacing your full-time job with this? Like, the sky's the limit, and there's no one way, one size fits all, right? So just know that whatever you want to do with this, you can. But what it comes down to is you have to invite people to join you. And the initial way that we invite people, to join us is through challenge groups. And most all of you, I'm certain, know what a challenge group is. These are our online communities that we bring people into to support them and help them working towards their goals. This is the bread and butter of your business, and this is what you invite people to so that you can support them, is some sort of online community. Now, I call it a challenge group. You call it a boot camp. You can call it whatever you want to stink and call it. But the reality is we're not personal trainers, so you don't need to worry like, I'm not fit enough yet, or I'm not there yet. How could I ever coach others? That's not what we are. What we are accountability partners. So whenever I invite people, I let them know that we're doing this together. I love to use the phrase, do this with me, right? Because I want them to know that we're in this together. We are partners. We're accountability partners, that I'm not going to be there like pointing my finger, telling you what you need to do every day. No, you're going to see me in the trenches with you every day. Okay? So your people have the tools. They don't need you to create workouts. They don't need you to create additional meal plans. They don't need you to create all these things, you guys. In the beginning, at its most basic stage, they have all the tools. They have Beachbody On Demand. They have access to Fixate. If they need help with nutrition, they have access to joining the 2B Mindset membership or the Fixate membership, right? They have access to everything they need. What they don't have, you guys, is the support. I don't know if you know this, but I'll share this really quick. When Beachbody started, they weren't a network marketing company. They had literally just put out their workout DVDs, and that was it. And how it became a network marketing company is, at that time, there were chat rooms. There was no social media, but there were chat rooms. And so what they noticed was they had this like call service, and they would call people who had purchased P90X, and they would ask them, hey, Bob, I see that you purchased P90X in September. What are your results like? And Bob would be like, I don't know. I haven't done it. And they would call person after person after person, and they realized that these people were buying these DVDs or videos or whatever it was at that time, and they weren't doing them. But what they did notice at the same time was in the chat room, there were people who were getting really great results. And the people who were getting really great results were connected, and they were also supporting each other. So they kind of formed their own like mini little accountability groups, right? And they go in there and they ask for a recipe idea, or they go in there and they, hey, I'm really struggling today. I need somebody to motivate me. And they pour that love and support. And so Beachbody was like, there's something there. And that's how the coach was birthed. That's how the coach opportunity was created, was because they don't need the tools. People have them in their hands. I bought Insanity off Amazon, and I was the same person. I didn't do it. It sat on my shelf. Why? Because when I bought it on Amazon, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have somebody supporting me, telling me that they know my goals and they know what I'm worth and that they're going to help me succeed, right? And so that's what you are. It doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter where you're at in your journey. It doesn't matter if you know everything about food or fitness, right? It doesn't matter any of that stuff. You're qualified because you can serve and help others. We get to motivate and love on people as we crush our goals together. And what a blessing that is, you guys. Who else can say that? I loved when I started Beachbody as a full-time teacher because it gave me an out that teaching just didn't give me. Because I got to go into these like little communities after I got off of work, and I would just be able to motivate, love, inspire people. And we were in this together, right? And so that's what it is. So don't overthink. Guys, all the time people are like, I don't have enough people for a challenge group. Brittany, if you have one, you have enough people. If you have one person that says, listen, I need your help, I'm really struggling, you have enough. You have a responsibility. Go help them. We need to stop with this like more mentality. That is a lie. I just read it in the book we're reading for book club. Lie number like 15 from the enemy is that bigger is better, more is greater. Like I want to be bigger, like success, right? And so if you find yourself gravitating towards, oh, I only have one person that joined me right now, I don't know, it's not big enough to do a group, then you are absolutely doing them a disservice, right? So if you have one, you have enough, help them. I use my challenge tracker. That's what I encourage you to use. They're transferring over, and we'll have a training on it coming up very soon, but they're transferring over to what's called BOD groups. But for right now, my challenge tracker, portal.com is your like best place. If you need to write that down again, if you don't know it, my challenge tracker portal.com. That's where you would create groups. That's where you upload groups. And there are challenge group guides in there to simplify it. For example, when we do this 10 rounds coach test group that we're getting ready to kick off in 2 weeks, I'm going to pull everything straight from the challenge group guide, because why reinvent the wheel, right? And so right now, in this moment, while we're sitting here, I want you to like open up your phone if that's what you have in front of you. If you have a paper calendar somewhere in front of you, I want you to find a calendar right now. Go. I opened up my phone calendar. It is Monday, March 9th. If you start advertising today, you can start a group on Monday, March 23rd. So pick a start date and begin inviting people to join you. If you say, oh, you know what, I'll probably be ready to start a group, April, I don't know, April's not a good month. Okay, May, Cinco de Mayo, nope, can't do May. And then it's like June, it's the summer. 4th of July, we're probably going to go on vacation. I'll probably start a group in August. Do you see what I'm doing? Do you see, like, no. If you start going down a rabbit hole of like, oh, I can't start for like another month because I'm not ready, you'll never start. Start before you're ready. My first challenge groups, you guys, were so terrible. I can't even tell you how terrible they were. And I just got better because I practiced it, right? It's that whole idea of just do something and then you figure it out, right? Okay. And these people right now who are joining you, they don't know what's good or bad. They just know that you're there to support them. Right. And so right now, pick your next start date, and it should not be any time past March 23rd, because you have 2 weeks right now to begin inviting people to join you. Fun fact, March 23rd is when we're starting our total knockout test group. So if people next week on the 16th want to join you for that, they can start enrolling with a 10 rounds coach challenge pack. They do have to sign up as a coach, but you have this whole week to advertise about it. You have next whole week to advertise about it. And then on the 23rd, we're kicking that off, right? And so I want you right now to pick that as your start date and begin inviting people to join you. Okay, so what happens when we invite people to join us? Well, there's this fun little thing called Success Club. And Success Club has incentives. It's super fun. One of the fun incentives is this rewards program over here. And for the first month, when you hit Success Club, your very, very first month, you get a tank top or a t-shirt. So if you've already hit it one time this year, you should be earning one of those prizes, right? Once you hit it twice, 2 months, no, but the third month, sorry, is the Beachbody Super Workout Puzzle. Super fun prize for 3 months. 6 months is a set of 2 Shakeology Snuggies. Hello. Vanilla and chocolate. I love that it's a set of 2 and it's vanilla and chocolate. In month 9, you get this Beachbody sweatshirt, and then 12 months of Success Club in 2020. If you hit it every month of the whole year, there is a, these are like those Theraguns for massaging. Yeah. And so it's super fun. You guys, when I was a teacher, they didn't even give us a REMA. They gave us a REMA paper for teacher appreciation. Like, I didn't even get a REMA paper on a normal day as like a thank you for being a teacher. That just didn't happen. So in the real world, like, I didn't get prizes. But the really cool thing that you're actually going to get to watch here in a couple weeks is the Success Club trip. And when you start to really get into this, just know that there's potential of prizes and rewards with this business that your teammates are achieving right now. And it's pretty stinking special to work hard all year long, and then to have your company say, thank you for doing your job. Here is a gift. And the gift that you're going to watch us go on is a trip. I'm going in about 11 days. And then these fine ladies here in the picture with me are going to be going on the second wave of the trip. But you guys, it's an all expense paid free trip from Beachbody, simply from doing your job. It's pretty special. It's pretty cool. And so I want you to watch Charles and myself. We're on the first wave, and then Ashley, Amanda, and Kristen are on the second wave. And I want you to watch us, not to just be like creepers on the internet, but I want you to watch and be inspired. Because when I watched my coach do things, I was like, wow, if she can do it, so can I. I'm not different than that. Like, I'm not different. If she's a human being and I know her and she's like real, right? She's not like some like distant celebrity. She's like a real person achieving real things, then why not me? And that's the attitude I always had. Why not me? The other thing I want you to put on your radar, you guys, is Coach Summit. So Success Club, if you're brand spanking new in this business, if you hit Success Club 3 months out of your first 6, okay? So let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say I joined in January. January, February, March, April, May, June, right? If I hit Success Club let's say I hit it in my very first month in January, I didn't hit it in February, but then I hit it again in March and April, then I get a free ticket to Coach Summit. But you guys, we are getting to the cutoff right now of it being for the next year. So what you should do, what I would suggest a coach would do, is purchase their brand new Coach Summit ticket, which is I think $145. It's not expensive at all. It's for 3 days. You get like amazing guest speakers that come in. Last year we had Rachel Stinkin Hollis. Like, what? I paid so much money to go see her speak live at her conference. And so it's just pennies compared to that. You work out live with the trainers. You hang out with us. We get swag. We do team swag. It's just so many fun things. You get it's all the things. Anyway, it's in New Orleans this summer. CoachSummit.com for details. But I don't want you to say, I'm going to try to hit this goal, and then if I hit it, I'll get the ticket. I want you to get the ticket for Summit and then go out and hit the goal, and then they'll refund you the ticket price, right? So you can always do that. But the other cool thing about hitting Success Club 3 out of your first 6 months is they will put you in the next coach test group for a brand new program that's not been released yet. So let's say like when 10 rounds comes out, prior to 10 rounds coming out, they do a private coach test group that's invite only, and you get to test it out and be those before and afters before the program goes public to anyone, on any of us, right? And so it's really special. And so you hitting Success Club in your first 3 months of your 6 will also allow you a free entrance into a test group, which is pretty stinking cool. Okay, so literally, let's wrap it up, you guys. Goals right now. Your goals: commit to completing a Beachbody On Demand workout program. Like, commit to it. Share your journey from start to finish. Show people the results. Number 2, stay connected to your team and remain coachable. Anytime you feel that tug to isolate yourself, to take a step back, to not get on a team call, to not post your tracker, lean into that. Know that that's your mean girl, that's trying to drag you down, that's not your best self. You have a choice when that comes up. You have a choice when it comes up, oh, I'm tired on this Monday. Should I just skip the Zoom? Would anybody notice? Heck yeah, we notice. Heck yes, we notice when you don't come to Summit. Heck yes, we notice when you don't do book club. Heck yes, we notice when you stop posting. Heck yes, we do. But you know what? I'm not your mom, and neither is anybody else. And I'm also not your boss. That's the cool part about Beachbody. You're your own boss. So I'm not going to fire you. That's your job. Right? So you staying connected to your team, remaining coachable, that's on you. Yeah? So you have that choice. We all have that choice. Goal number 3, help 3 people get started on their journey this month. And I say the way that you did. Think about the way you enrolled. Are you a coach on Inspire Beauty? Did you say yes to the coaching opportunity when you started? Or did you say yes to a challenge group and then you got results, or you fell in love with it and then you joined as a coach? There's probably 2 different. So think about how you started. I started as a coach, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I want to go all in. And so that's how I get people started. Now, does everybody sign up that way? No, but that's what I lead with, right? And so if you joined as a coach, lead with that. Why? Because you did. Why wouldn't somebody else, right? Share your experience. Share why you did that. And it means so much more than having all the right answers, right? Literally just say, I've been loving this program. I don't even know why I said yes. I'm still trying to figure it all out, but I want you to do this with me. When people hear you speak like that, they know it's coming from a place of authenticity. And number 4, get your ticket to Summit, coachsummit.com. And once you do, I want you to share that on the team page. I'm going to send you something really special in the mail. So you have 4 goals right now. Commit to completing a Beachbody On Demand workout program, start to finish. Share that journey. Stay connected. Remain coachable. Help 3 people this month get started with you. That's going to help you hit Success Club and earn one of these prizes. And if you're a brand new coach, that you'll be on your way to earning your free Summit ticket and the test group experience, right? And number 4, go get that ticket for Summit. If you do end up getting, like I said, the ticket for Summit for free, they'll refund the purchase that you made, so you don't have to worry about that, right? And then wash, rinse, repeat. Literally, these 4 things, doing a workout program and staying consistent on my journey and sharing it, staying connected to my team, helping 3 people every month, and making sure I'm at live events like Summit. Once I wash, rinse, repeat every month. And the most successful coaches, the people you see, the people you look up to, they're doing this consistently over time. And so don't give yourself 1 month. Well, I tried it for 1 month and it didn't work. That's like our challengers saying that they tried 21-day fix and they're not 50 pounds lighter yet. Well, no duh. Go do it again. Right? Wouldn't you tell them that? If somebody came to you and they're like, oh, I did 21-day fix and I thought I was going to lose like 32 pounds and I only lost 3. And you're like, but you lost 3. Are you kidding me? Right? And so we tend to gravitate towards what we didn't do. I don't want you to do that. Keep your mind focused on everything that you're learning and growing as you go. And you're going to go so far, right? But again, staying connected to the team is where it's going to be at in order to keep yourself going. In the group, let me stop share. That's it for this. In the group, every day, you guys, I didn't talk about social media. I didn't talk about posting. I didn't talk about any of that stuff, or like your why or your goals, because all of that's going to be happening in the group. Today was just a welcome kickoff post. Starting tomorrow, there's a video to watch that you could watch with that. But starting tomorrow, you're going to get a video that'll go with your little workbook assignment. And so each day there will be a little thing to watch, a little assignment to complete, and it's going to nudge you towards like exactly everything you need to know, so that 10 days from now, you feel like you've got a powerful why behind you. You know why you're doing this. You know what you're working for, and nothing can stop you, okay? I'm going to stop recording.